OpenAI just released something that beats DeepSeek R1 out of the water, and technically, it's not even an AI model. Now, you may be thinking, what what do you mean? Well, I'll be getting into it in today's video. It is a very, very interesting thing that OpenAI has done here. Let's get right into it. Okay, so we're going to start off with their blog post introducing Deep Research. Now, this is an AI agent, I'll get into what that means in a second, that uses reasoning to synthesize large amounts of online information and complete multi-step research tasks for you. Now, an AI agent, think of it kind of like an extension to an AI model that allows it to complete more advanced tasks for it interfaces with outside data sets, like things that aren't what it's trained on. It's able to interface with those, understand those things. What they did here is they gave an already big AI, because this is off of their newly released O3 model, so it's already a big AI, it already knows quite a lot. What they're doing is they're giving it access to the internet, and now it can search things out for you. And by search, I really mean search. It is able to understand quite a lot of data. Namely, it's able to analyze text, image, and PDF documents. That opens up its data set by a large amount, like a very large amount. So what's going on here is that they didn't have to just train a new AI model with a bunch of new data. They just let it have access to all the data for itself. It is, in a way, able to train itself. It's able to go out and find information for the user. It's very, very genius, and it's gotten great results too. It's able to handle really, really complex questions, like, for example, this example question here, where it's asking the AI to find iOS and Android adoption rates, percentages, and also, alongside that, who wants to learn another language and change in mobile penetration over the past 10 years for the top 10 developed and top 10 developing countries by GDP. I don't even understand half of that question. A lot of that went past me. It's a very complex question with a lot of different variables. But if you look at it here, it's able to give this really hyper-specific question an actual result. It went out and got answers for all of the questions asked. Market share and interest in new language, mobile penetration change. It's able to get this for all the different countries. It gave the result exactly. Now, this is with the deep research model. The GPT-4o model, on the other hand, it didn't really get all of the information. It tried to answer, but again, it can't answer perfectly because it's a little bit of a complex question. Over here, it just gave you the direct answer. It's able to handle these extremely convoluted things. It's even able to do needle in a haystack questions. For example, here there's an example question of, there's a TV show that I watched a while ago. I forgot the name of it, but here's what happened in one of the episodes. And it describes some of the things that happened in the episodes. And then it says here exactly what episode it is where these things happen, as well as the people who did these certain events in here. And then on GPT-4o, it gets it wrong. But all in all, you can tell that, one, it's able to handle things that are outside of its data set because it's able to search the web, which is also a benefit for things that happened in the now. The one limitation with AI is that it has trouble answering current events because it's not trained on current events. It's a little hard to train it on current events. So now that it can access the internet, it's able to handle said current events quite easily. That is a really neat thing about this, is the fact that it's not only able to go deep and handle more complex questions because its data set has expanded significantly, but it's now also able to handle current events, things that have happened, like even today, for example. It can probably figure out those things. Now, here's one thing I find interesting: how it scores on something called Humanity's Last Exam. Now, I know that sounds kind of a dark name if you think about it. It's a little existential, I know, but it is a very important AI test because it's It's basically an AI benchmark that consists of over 3,000 multiple choice and short answer questions across more than 100 subjects, from linguistics to rocket science, classics to ecology. It has a lot, and it gets into the nitty gritty. It gets into like the PhD, super obscure theorem, insane stuff. The stuff most people wouldn't be asking. And how it scores on this is very impressive. It has a 26.6% score. DeepSeek R1 got a 9.4. OpenAI O3 Mini, which is what the Deep Research model is based off of, got a 13. OpenAI Deep Research has a 26.6% out of 100. Dang! And mind you, DeepSeek R1 only got released like a little while ago, too. This is really proving that the AI race is on. Once we get to 100% on the humanities last exam, that's effectively AGI. That is an AI that effectively knows it all and is extremely competent in its field and its subjects that it knows. Because, again, this exam has like extremely complex and convoluted questions. Like, once it solves this, we could probably be using AI in medicine without any worries, because it is a very difficult exam. Most human beings wouldn't be able to solve it. You would need a team of PhD professors from Harvard or something to solve it. It is complicated. And the fact it's got a 26.6% accuracy rating when DeepSeek R1, which was only released like 2-3 weeks ago, got a 9.4. Like, this is escalating really fast. I'm just saying. Now, admittedly, the deep research thing isn't going to be it for everybody, because it is very compute intensive. Yeah, I saw it coming. You can only do up to 100 queries per month on pro users. So if you're a pro user, you only get 100 queries per month. No more, no less. You can't use it infinitely, because apparently it is very compute intensive. And of course, power costs money, the equipment costs money. It makes sense. It's something you're going to be limited in being able to use. That's not surprising. But then again, modern AI is pretty good for most normal questions. So unless you're somebody who's asking very complex questions often, 100 queries per month, for what it's worth, it's not that bad. Like, if you have the need for this, if you're asking these like really complex questions quite often, then like you're probably at the point where you might want to just pay for like the higher tier models, but that's besides the point. My overall point is that's pretty generous for what it's able to do. It's able to scour the depths of the internet to find your answer. That's pretty good. Now, this really goes to show that the AI race truly is on, because this is all stuff that happened in the span of 3 weeks. There was DeepSeek, and then there was OpenAI's new model, and now they built this thing that is an extension on their already really good model that makes it even better. Like, this is insane. This is genuinely ridiculous. By middle of this year, we might see AGI at this rate, because it is going really, really fast. The acceleration of this industry is rapid. I'm genuinely curious to see what comes next, because again, it's accelerating stupidly fast. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to watch more videos, you can watch the videos right next to me. Take care, you guys. Stay safe out there. Have a good one.